Hey guys, so somebody left me a comment yesterday, which is very helpful. Please do this. Asking me what my suggestion would be if you have a really hard time visualizing something like in a state akin to sleep as prescribed by Neville Goddard. And the answer to this is really simple. I almost never intentionally do the Neville Goddard method, which is basically like get into a drowsy state and then imagine a scene that implies you have what you want, loop it over and over again, fall asleep. I almost never do that. I'm also not very good at visualizing, although I do naturally visualize things that I'm just going to do throughout my day. If you have a problem like this, like I do, for years and years, I just kind of did what I did naturally, which is I would hear things. It's very easy for me to hear a conversation in my mind, or especially to imagine hearing myself saying something, because it's not that hard to say something out loud and then imagine yourself saying it in a different context. For me, that's very easy to imagine. And so for a lot of the things that I've intentionally, worked some woo-woo on to actually have show up in my reality, I've imagined myself having a conversation with somebody, telling them that XYZ happened. It's so easy. And by the way, Neville Goddard also talks about that exact thing in at least one of his lectures. He talks about using basically whatever your preferred sense is. So hearing a conversation, hearing somebody congratulating you, you don't have to see them doing it, as long as you hear it. I will tell you also, I when I was about 28, which was many years ago now, 14, 15 years ago almost, I imagined hearing somebody say to me, "I can't wait to marry you." I just heard this voice in the darkness, sort of in my mind. I just sort of repeated that. And within about 3 months, somebody said that to me. Seriously. Obviously, there could have been more to that scene, and I wasn't in the right place to get married, and yada, yada, yada. That's why that didn't end up playing out. Maybe hearing somebody say, "I'm so glad we're married," or "I'm so glad you're my wife," would have produced a different outcome. Who knows? But that works. And really, I think the key is figuring out what you can vividly feel. And so maybe it's like touching something. I mean, you could potentially be able to vividly feel yourself holding, the deed to your house or something like that. So really, you just have to figure that one out. But you definitely do not have to visualize. You definitely don't have to do state akin to sleep, imaginal scenes, looping and falling asleep in them to make things happen. You don't have to do that. There are a million ways to make all of this manifestation stuff work. And the Neville Goddard way is just one. There are literally hundreds of other authors. As always, I'm going to recommend reading The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles if you're struggling with anything that has to do with Neville. My fiance Matt either read or attempted to read The Science of Getting Rich and didn't like it. So it's not for everybody, but it's like, for me, it's like the exact right thing. So, and he talks about more of just having a burning desire and how that will keep something on your mind all the time, and you don't have to do any of this stuff. You don't have to do any like purposeful, I think he refers to it as like meditation or occult stuff or anything like that. So I hope that helped or made any sense. And I think that's really all I have to say about that. Just your dominant feeling in your imagination. Feel that thing as real and take the feeling of having that thing with you throughout your day. And you can kind of think of every action you're taking throughout the day as moving towards that end goal that you're trying to get. Just kind of carry it with you, the feeling that it's going to happen. Have a great day.